But Darshini,
Yes.
you know, it's really wonderful to think about these changes coming, and I wonder, you know, how it will affect this new generation.
Yes,
Is
that's
that
a
good
big
question?
one. That's a big
I
one.
didn't even think of that until just now.
I'm so happy you brought that up.
Okay.
It's divided into things.
Okay.
What I'm seeing is, and I did bring this up on the radio show a few weeks ago,
Okay.
and that is from ages 8 through 24, I'm seeing a lot more suicides. And not to be negative, but those are the people who are being hypersensitive and they're feeling so pressured and they don't know that the changes, what these changes are. So I would really advocate, please look out for anybody in that age group. And if they seem to be opposite behavior to what they are or over extended, in other words, if they're popular but they become over popular, in other words, over extraneous in their attitude, there's something wrong there. But on the other side, we've got also the children, the new children. And the new children aren't indigos, they're actually what I call energia children, pure energy children. And these are incredible children. And autism has increased fourfold. I've got a huge chapter about the new children. And on one side of the pendulum, it's around about the autistic and ADD children and all the others. And the other side, there are other children that are incredible. I've got a lot on the YouTubes around regarding that, and obviously more dense information in the book.
Great. We're gonna, and you have some. Yes, I was just gonna say. I got
Sorry.
distracted because I'm looking for
That's
Michelle,
okay.
who's
Oh,
won
great.
a relationship and career question.
Okay.
Michelle, can you hear me?
Oh, okay.
She's what? Oh, she's not on the line.
Okay.
She gave up.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
be sure to call back if you'd like to. We're going to get to your question if you do call back. Alrighty. Well, that's really interesting about the young people, and they're, you know, they're also very technologically.
Yes. Oh my gosh. They're
Wow.
incredible.
You know what? I just got one of those Kindles for my birthday.
Oh, you did.
I just got it, and it's like, you know, my granddaughter just grabbed it.
Oh,
And
you're kidding.
She's like 16 and just started, you know.
Oh, you're kidding.
I was looking and reading it and going to show me how to do it, and I'm like still taking the paper off.
Exactly.
You know? Okay. Well, okay, that was a question.
Oh.
That was a question the caller had.
Oh, about children or?
Yeah,
Okay.
About whatever that question was that I just asked. I got all. Michelle.
Moshe.
Okay, the relationship and career for Michelle.
Okay,
she
great.
wants to know about the relationship and career question. This is Michelle. Do you need any more information?
No,
about
no, that's
okay.
it.
Well, she's in there. So.
Okay, so Michelle is really, what you're doing is, you've been in question since October, and why I'm not looking at you because I'm downloading. So basically, you have been in massive change for about 2.5 years, 2.25, but you have to trust your intuition. You've been really, I see that you err on the side of logic, Michelle, and it could be a problem. And what they're trying to do, so what I call squeezing the head. Spirit loves squeezing our heads when because we think too much, and therefore it actually
hot air.
exactly it could be that. But they're trying to actually not deflate us, but to try and make us stop to think so logically. And if we do and step back, that's why I call it squeezing the head a bit, because what you're going to see is people are going to, especially Michelle, is going to they're going to see something else other than their myopic view, and you know, going down the same tunnel all the time, all the way, and they're seeing other opportunities. Her career, she seems to be kind of stuck.
Just talk right
Oh,
there.
okay,
No,
all right,
you
yeah,
can't.
that's true. I'm sorry, Michelle. Anyway, so basically, you're going to be. You have to be patient, but you have to restructure your thinking. You really are far too logical, and you don't seem to have, even though you're very confident on the outside and in your business, you're not very confident within yourself. So you really have to restructure your thinking and think outside your basic bounds of what you perceive are your best assets. I see huge amounts of things that you could do, but you have to really. I see in October you going on a short course of education. And it's just as if to shift your focus a bit. So by November, I see you in a new job. And as for relationships, you're still in massive change. And when people are in change, they don't want to meet the right person right then, because they're still changing and evolving. So that person's not, they're ready, but you're not. So if you wait to anybody at this stage, what happens is, Michelle, you're not going to be actually grouped with the right person. And you've grown, exactly, and this one's, what did I even see in that person? Yeah. So basically be patient, still go date, go have fun. And sometimes I see, Michelle, that you don't do that. You literally are kind of a homebody. You need to start getting out. So how can you have a relationship inside your house? In other words, try going out and being with friends. But everything should start changing for Michelle by October. Okay? Best of luck.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Michelle. I hope that you really enjoyed that. And I would encourage you to call Darshini or look at her blog if you'd like, or to talk to her, set up another time to talk with her more extensively in her practice. Okay.
Thank you.
Now, let me just say this logical thing is catching me. Because I need more logic.
You more logic.
But it's like catching me because how can you, in this time of change, particularly, in this time of change particularly, how do we plan ahead? Because we can't get our ducks in a row. Everything financially, the economy, everything is so bad that it's almost like we have to walk step by step. Trusting and then acting.
Trusting and faith. Exactly.
Okay.
And that's
Lines
what it's
about. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. Because basically that you've got some excellent questions, because a lot of people don't realize that what it's like is you're folding a mixture. When we make a pudding or a pie or something, that we have to fold the flour in, and that's what's happening. They're folding in all these new nuances. But the thing is that we can't project too much, because what we're doing is structuring. And structure, when you're trying to create something, you're trying to structure, but sometimes structure doesn't help. And especially with, and you're going to see a shift of the economy in the way of entrepreneurs. Not people going into structured jobs, but now entrepreneurship, because the job market has become so volatile and unstable. So what I'm seeing is far more heading towards entrepreneurship, but not to get structured, just let it flow. I know it's easier said than done.
Well, that's right. It's always easier. Sometimes it has to come in that way.
Exactly.
We have to really
but
practice it.
A lot of people out there, I know, are going to be really wanting to go in their own business, but they don't know how to. But just structure it as much as they can, but be open to anything that's coming in, because they're trying to introduce far more levels for their business.
Wow.
Okay?
All righty. So, carry on, huh?
Oh, okay.
No, I mean, you're telling us to carry on.
Oh yes, please. I mean, don't and live outside color outside the lines. You're used to it, Martha. I am, but a lot of people don't realize that, and they tend to, society says we can only go and do this. We can't go beyond those bounds. But no, I mean, especially with the web and the internet going so rapidly, everything is kind of unboundless when you think about it. So in a way, if you see what the energy is actually doing, it's actually growing far beyond even those bounds.
Beyond that, and even more is going to come. Well, let's talk a little bit more about your question and answer session here coming up.
Okay. Sure.
What about what you have here is the issue of time, and time in quickening and slowing.
Yes.
And I call that psychological time. I don't know what you want to say about that, but that's fascinating, because like I can just take the simplest thing, that when I'm going to the dentist or something, the time just goes so slow. When I'm having fun, it's just just like that.
Quickly.
And I experience it that way.
Yes.
So that's just a simple way. That's always been that way probably, but what can you say about it?
Okay.
To help us?
I'm sure the listeners out there will know that basically, if they saw themselves about 10 years ago, that time was January, February, March. But now we look around and it's already July, and you could have sworn a few weeks ago it was January 1st.
Yes.
So time is quickening, but this is part of that shift.
Yes.
And that time is relative, really. And unfortunately, it is quickening. Did you know, by the way, that, and I, again, in my book, I have this huge page saying, don't believe anything I say. I want you to go and check everything yourself. You know, I'm giving you information, but I want you to check it, and then you can validate it yourself. But did you know in the Cretaceous period, I could be wrong, could be the Jurassic, but I think it's Cretaceous, that we had 7 minutes more time in the day?
No, I didn't know.